Well, hello everybody. My name is Anna Hawkins and I am a Spanish tutor with the Office of Student Success here at TSDC. And I really wanted to talk to you guys about something that is really easy to overlook, but will often save you a grade if you do this. So what I have for you today is 3 steps when you're doing anything in Spanish. It can be homework, handouts, a test, anything. 3 things that you need to do before you hand it in. Step 1. Check your spelling, your punctuation, and your accent placement. So, Google any words that you're unfamiliar with. Try to look them up and try to get familiar with them, so if you get to the test and you can't Google them later, you're kind of acquainted with the way they're spelled, with what they mean, how they're conjugated, that kind of thing. Check your punctuation. Remember, questions and exclamations have upside down question marks and exclamation points at the beginning of the phrase. Don't forget to do that. Accent placement. Remember, if words like que, cual, como, cuando, those kinds of words, if they're questions, if they're part of a question, then they're always going to have an accent mark. Normally they wouldn't, but if they're questions, they will have accents on them. Remember to do that. Make sure to check and make sure that you have accents where they should be and no accents where they shouldn't be. Alright, this is really important. And if you have more questions and you need more help with accents, feel free to check on their webpage where I have another video about accent rules that is really good, if I do say so myself. And you can look and it'll show you how to do your accents. Step 2, check your conjugation. This is a tricky one that sometimes a lot of people overlook and they forget. Make sure that your verbs agree in number and gender. Now what I mean by this is if you have a plural subject, your verb should be plural as well. And vice versa. If you have a singular subject, your verb should be singular. And another thing you need to think about is to make sure that your verb conjugation is what was asked for. If they ask for the preterite of it, if they ask for imperfect, if they ask for future imperfect or anything like that, make sure that how you conjugated it is what the instructions asked for. I can't tell you how many times I myself have done this, and people that I've tutored have just not read the instructions correctly and they got it wrong. And really the way they conjugated was right, but it's not what was called for. So just make sure that you double check that. Now the third step is do it all again. And I know all of you are probably just like, oh, again. Yes, again. You missed it once, you can probably miss it again. So go ahead and run through it again and make sure that you check your spelling and your punctuation, your accent placement, and your verb conjugations. Make sure that you check those again. You never know if you're going to miss them, what you've missed. Like I said, this works for handouts, for homework, for essays, and for tests. I've used this so many times for my tests. I'll run through them twice because I'll be in a hurry and I'll make really dumb mistakes that normally I wouldn't have made, and they could really hurt your grade if you do this. One thing I would recommend is as you're going through it the very first time, if you get to a part where you're not really sure about, make a small little note to make sure to remember to go back and double check that. If you're not sure if this is how it's spelled, if you're not sure this needs an accent mark, or if you're not sure how you conjugated it right, make sure you put a little mark so then you just keep going, especially if this is a test and you only have a certain amount of time. That way you can, when you're looking over it, you know which ones that you were not sure about. So again, make sure, check your spelling, punctuation, and your accent placement. Check your conjugation so that your verbs agree with the subjects that they go with, and do it all again. So, my name is Anna Hawkins, like I said. I am a Spanish tutor with the Office of Student Success, and if you ever need any help with Spanish, please feel free to come by W124 and pick up a schedule so that you can come and ask me for help. So thank you very much. Have a good day.